welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show live stream reaction video time. Now, what I'm gonna do for you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna give you the update to that long head heifer lady that was rude to that gentleman named Jay over some Cheesecake Factory dishes. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna place a clip and I'm gonna play an interview that she did with I think Wesley, whatever name is, of him and her. And I want you to hear the delusion that she has in her. And you know I'm gonna give you my analytical commentary as we go along. So let's go ahead and get started with the first clip, and we'll go ahead and get down with it. 1 second as I pull it up, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if you can hear everything. Let's get it.
I want you to understand that this was never about exposing or embarrassing anyone. The purpose was to spark discussion, to foster learning and growth, right?
All right, let's go ahead and call a spade a spade. She full of shit. Now, she said it was never her intention to embarrass this man. Then what would you call this? All right, now what really happened, ladies and gentlemen, is she did not realize that she was going to go viral for being this self-entitled asshole. That's what it was. He didn't want to be on there. He didn't know that he was going to be on a social media or anything. She put it out there to expose him, to make him look cheap. You get what I'm saying? So now that this has came back and bit her in her ass, now she want to tell you a lie and tell you, look, it was never about exposing him or making him look bad. Then why else would you do that? Why would you record the whole situation and then upload it because you thought people was going to agree with you? That's why you did it. You was trying to make him look bad because you're bougie in the worst kind of way. Let's keep going. Speak, woman.
But I've seen some interesting interpretations, and it has caused me some uh, more questions. Um, there have been some hurtful comments. What, people wanting to come for my job. It's interesting to me how angry someone can get about something, things that don't directly affect them.
This is another example of a long-haired, musty-back heifer who will not take responsibility or accountability for what she did. She said people came for her job. This is how disturbing that video was. When people see other people mistreat people, if they got a heart, if they got compassion, they are going to rebel against that. You made almost every black lady in America look bad because what you have done is gave validity to the things that men like myself and other men out there in these streets are saying when it comes to interactions with black women. We have been saying that they are spoiled. We have been saying that they are aggressive. We have been saying that they are disrespectful. We have been saying that they are very unappreciative. And what you did, lady, was become the poster child of all of that right there. And you thought the sisterhood was going to come along and bail your ass out. That's what you thought. You thought you're going to have some black girl magic, abracadabra, hocus pocus bullshit come along. It didn't work out for you. You look little. You look small. You tried to belittle him, but you are the one who ended up becoming belittled. You're the one that looks like you have no worth and no value. At the time, you look ridiculous. You look retarded. That's what you look like. So now this shit done came back, bit you in the booty. Now what you want to say now is like, I was just trying to educate people about the topic. Where? No one saw that. Not even you.
To the point where you want to be harmful, right? All while screaming respect.
Enough of that. Let's go ahead and get into the I just want to play that short clip, but I'm gonna go into the real meat and potatoes right now about the interview between her and that gentleman that she mistreated and treated like boo boo. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that. And it's very important that we see this because I want to show you the self entitlement and everything else that she's gonna try to pull a wool over your face. Let's get started.
So now here we are, a few weeks later. I'm sure you've had some time to think about what you guys discussed in the car. I'm sure you've had some time to think about it.
Yeah.
Before I ask you any questions, have you guys had a second date?
No.
No,
No second dates.
not yet.
Hell no. She look like she's about the size of a damn giant. Look at her. Her whole head is bigger than his head almost. She is huge. She is huge. This woman had been eating cheesecake factory behind his back before she even got picked up by this dude. This is a big woman, man. She ain't all that.
Okay. So I'll start with you, Jay. What has dating been like?
Again, look at her body, man. Look how long her arms is. Her arms are almost the size of a human's leg. And she have the nerve to mistreat anybody and say that she's beautiful. In that little clip she did before when she went viral, oh, look at me. Look at me. Yeah, look at you. But don't look too long, because shit.
For you since that video went viral?
Since I was on the video, kind of unexpected, I might not have put my best foot forward, you know? And so I feel like, I've not really met anyone since who I've really gotten to get to know like that, because a lot of women, they might have seen the video or might have heard from it, or maybe a friend of theirs has seen the video and shares it with them. And so they kind of had this image of me based on the video.
Absolutely.
And it hasn't really helped.
Okay.
Exactly. It's like they might think everything about me is reflected in that video, and I don't think it is. And but yeah, it's been difficult.
Sure.
This is how most modern day black women are. They don't care about the repercussions of their actions. That woman set out to embarrass that man. And she thought she was winning until it turned around and flipped on her ass and stuff like that. That's all that was. This is a gentleman that is, I think he's an Indian. He's an Indian, I believe he said he was later on in this video. And I can only imagine that her long-haired heifer friends had told her when she said, girl, I'm dating an Indian. I'm sure one of those single women told her that, you know, they spend money, girl. I know he gonna buy you something. I know he gonna take you out to putting that stuff in her head, getting her to expect an outlandish amount of money being spent on her, because most of these women say black men don't do that. They talk down on black men. So she probably thought he was a sucker, a mark, and thought that she can tell him and boss him around. As you saw in that viral video, she was trying to boss him around. He tried to open the door for her to come out to the Cheesecake Factory. He was being a gentleman, got out on his side, went to her side to open the door, okay? And she locked the door so that he could not even get into his own car. That's disrespectful. Then get in the car and try to give this man a lecture over courtship. She tried to give this man a lecture on how she expects him to treat her. Didn't say anything about how she can treat him nice. He had to bring it up in the video. This woman is self-entitled, and she is a asshole, basically.
Sure.
Well, and it's even before this, you know, dating has already been difficult for me. You know?
I imagine your views kind of clash with what you're looking for and what they're looking for.
Yeah, I think so. Because, I mean, I think in general, my values kind of reflect wanting to build something that lasts.
Yes, sir.
And I want to make sure that anyone that I meet is willing to build a really strong foundation based on our mutual values.
Mm-hmm.
See, I want you to see something, ladies and gentlemen. Women always say they want a good man. A good man comes with good values and standards, right? She had a man who wants a legacy. If you listen to him, he wants to build a relationship. He wasn't about trying to play no games. He seriously wants to be with a woman that will respect and love him, and he wants to be the provider and the protector and the husband of that woman. She pissed it all away simply because he took her to a chained restaurant. Now, mind you, that was not the plan in the beginning. In the beginning, he planned to take her to an upscale restaurant. He showed up at a certain time that they both agreed upon, and she was an hour late. An hour late. This gentleman stayed down the stairs waiting on her for a whole hour to get ready. And by the time she was ready to go, the reservations had expired. So now he thought, what can I do now? What's a plan B? I still want to take her out. I still want to be nice to this woman. Let me take her to the Cheesecake Factory. This is all her damn fault. I wouldn't have waited on no woman for no hour. I would have dipped out. I would have left quick. There's no way. So this is her fault. This is another example of a very unappreciative, self-entitled American black woman, in my most humble opinion. This is why she's single. This is why all her friends are single. Because of the treatment that they give black men or any men of any ethnic group. So I want you to understand, this man put her out. At the end, he took her home. Just to let you know, ladies, the way that you treat American black men, other ethnic groups are not going to tolerate that. There are some weak black men who would have said, okay, oh, as long as I get between the thighs, okay, I'll take. He would have kept it going. But this man from a different ethnic group said, no, I'm hitting the brakes. I'll find someone else that is worthy of me. So stop saying that, oh, what black man won't do, another man will do. Here is living proof that that isn't true.
And I think it in general, a lot of the people that I meet, either they don't have time to set towards building something like that, or they just don't want to because, you know, they're younger, they want to experience, you know, casual dating or whatever it is. And it's just not something that I'm looking for right now.
This is a gentleman who wants to have a monogamous relationship. He's not into casual sex, casual relationships. He's trying to build something. Does this woman understand what she threw away? Or is she just not understanding it now? Do you understand what I'm trying to say to y'all? This is a gentleman, one of those men that women say, I want a prince in shining armor. I want someone who's going to save me. I want a good man. I want a man to come along to be my husband. I want a man that's going to treat me right and have a family with me. Is this going to be the type of man I find today? And she had one in the damn car with her. And you see how she treated him. She don't get no sympathy from me for what she did. She lost out because she is, I got to say the right thing on YouTube. I'll just say musty back heifer who eats booty. Let's keep going. That's what I'd say. That'd be a little bit easier for me. Uh-oh. Y'all need to get them likes up. You gotta get the likes up. If you want the show to go a little further on, because I'm going to hit you with the circus music. Hit the likes up and I'll go right back to the show. Meanwhile, enjoy the circus music. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. I'm looking. It don't cost you anything. Get them likes up. Let me get 5 more likes. If you don't want to leave a like, you can leave. It's cool. Do your brother a favor. Support the show. All right, so I'll just go ahead. That's a taste of what's going to happen if I don't get them lights up. I just switched up the jazz music on you too. Now let me go ahead and put some of y'all on the screen before I continue. Cause I wasn't able to get all of them. 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna put some of y'all on there. If I miss some of y'all, I'm sorry. Cap Mama in the house. How you doing, Cap Mama? 926. I guess it's area code. Ryan James. I see you in the house today. Thank you for joining the show. Go back home for a wife, Jay. It's funny. That's my nickname too, and that's his real name. See, all right. He probably got a fetish for big women with hands and feet. Cap Mama said my best friend. Cap Mama says, Mr. Hill, your comment about her looking like she eating at Central Cheesecake. Okay, it's the truth though. She likes to eat a lot, don't she? She like she ain't missed no meal. Look like she ain't met a buffet she ain't like yet. Let me go see what else we got can put on. I'm trying to put much of y'all on there before I go any further. Ryan James said, what in the Hanukkah? I hope I say that right. It's like timing to court. I don't know what that means, but sorry about that. I don't understand that, brother. Let's see. She could have called him and explained why she was running late. That's right, Cat Mama. Not even that courtesy to this guy. That's right. Let's go ahead and get back into the show. Let me go ahead and break it down some more.
Understood. So obviously, guys, Jay's saying that they have a negative, they're viewing him in a negative light when it comes to dating. When I saw Jay, I saw someone who was making some excellent points, who knew what he wanted, and he's actually now like a Giga Chad in the manosphere world, in the red pill community. The brother's being mentioned everywhere for the way he handled that conversation. Now I'm going to ask Alicia as well, because during this conversation, Alicia,
Thank you.
we'll get that right.
Come on with your
Okay,
big
so
ass. Let me hear what
Alicia,
you got to say.
you didn't seem to really disagree with what he was saying. Now you had a definitely a different opinion before he gave you his mind, right? But you
Right.
seemed very receptive to it. Can you explain to me kind of what you were thinking and how you saw him in that video? Because he's saying they took him in a negative light. What do you think?
Well, yes, I think once we had the conversation, I could see my role in the conflict.
Okay, okay.
Let's back up a little bit. To be fair, I mean, I was always raised that the man is supposed to cater to you. I mean, you're courting me, so court me.
All right, big mama helper. Let me tell you something. You wasn't being courted. You went on a date. Courtship is something that is continuous. That means that it hasn't moved beyond the first date. You couldn't even get past the first date. That was just a regular date. And you say a man's supposed to cater to you. A man is supposed to cater to you within his budget. And plus, you have to show value to that man to determine whether or not how much money he wants to spend on you. You see what I'm saying? He thought the most of you because he was planning to take you to an upscale restaurant in the beginning. But you thought so little of his time that you kept that from happening. Now you're going to the Cheesecake Factory. And now you upset with him. You do not know how to interact with any man of color. Apparently, you are a spoiled brat. The world doesn't have to bow down to you. And I'm not just talking to her. I'm talking to all them other women out here who think like that, who think it's cool to put a man on blast on social media with their iPhone so they can try to get some views and some likes. Say, girl, he ain't good enough for me. Girl, man, go on with that shit. Are you really seriously trying to get in a relationship? Or are you just trying to boost your self-esteem up? What are you trying to do?
That means wherever I want to go, you take me.
Absolutely.
Whatever I want, you buy me.
Oh.
That's courting, you know?
That's courting. Wherever I want to go, you take me. Whatever I want you to buy, you buy it. No, babe, you're looking for a simp. You're looking for a sugar daddy. That's not courtship, man. Just because we date does not give you 100% accessibility to what's in my checking and savings account. These women want your credit score too. This don't make any sense.
I'm looking for a provider. So, but after the conversation, I could see how there was a lot of I
Okay.
in that exchange.
Absolutely.
I was definitely very self-centered, and I can appreciate if I do want someone to provide for me, I at least gotta be a little bit nice.
Absolutely. Okay. Okay, great. So now I ask you this. Based on your idea of dating before your conversation with Jay, how did you grow up? Who also thinks that way? I'm sure you have friends who think that way. I've heard it a lot.
I mean,
Okay.
everybody. I mean, that's what he's supposed to be, the provider.
Absolutely.
So, you know, and I'm a beautiful woman, so I'm expecting to be treated like royalty.
Beautiful where? I'm still trying to find what the hell this B word is. You keep saying you're hot, you're pretty. If I take away all that fake ass hair right there, you're gonna be bald headed. You got a head the shape of George Foreman's head. Your head is about as big as George Foreman's head. Now, if I take away all that makeup, you don't look like that. Your neck a different color from your face, and then them big ass, what them door knocking earrings. Are you serious? And you got arms. Your arms about the size of Minnesota, and you want to try to say you're beautiful. Look, you got to work with what you got, baby. And that you lucky that man wanted to take you to an upscale restaurant, because I would have took your ass to Whataburger and got you a number 4 and got in the draws. That's what I would have did. And this, if I would have interviewed these two people, this show would be totally different. You lucky you on this guy's show, because I would have ripped you apart like 2 little paper bags. I'm being honest with you.
I mean, come on. So that's
But
what
the
I was
kicker
taught.
is, how do we treat him? And that's where the disconnect was.
Right.
In the video, now of course I'm sure you think of it differently now, but in the video you basically told him that, you know, you're not going in there, you know your value. It would be embarrassing for you to go inside a Cheesecake Factory. A lot of people like Cheesecake Factory. Now, so when I see that video, I'm thinking, okay, she must have some friends who probably would disagree with her going inside a Cheesecake Factory. Your peer group. So
I would
peer
never,
pressure probably keeps
I
you
would
from.
never live that. Oh my God! I would have never lived that down.
Wow,
I
just
mean,
ate the Cheesecake Factory. They wouldn't let you live that down.
no, I have an image to protect.
Dude, what image? See, this is what we used to, what Kevin Sam used to say this stuff too. Single women keep women single. I say toxic women keep women toxic. Think about this. Your friends are too good to go to the Cheesecake Factory. Do you know how many celebrities, famous people enjoy going to the Cheesecake Factory that make a whole lot of money? I'm talking about millions. And you can't go to the Cheesecake Factory because you got an image? What image do you have? Right now, your image is bad across social media. You have no image that's positive right now. When they see you, it's a negative stigma right now. You got a dark cloud over your head right now. What image do you have that you're talking about? Nobody knows you except the people that's in your little community. You ain't nobody. And I'm not trying to be rude to the women out there who, oh, you said that. But I'm going to keep it real. I got to hold this woman accountable. All this stuff she talking about, they coming for me on my job. They looking at me so bad. When you brought this on yourself. You care so little about men that you thought you could embarrass this man and it came back and bit you on your ass. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to put a real good woman in that other man's life that you rejected because they see that he wants to be with a woman and trying to build something. You have missed your shot, and I hope this man don't go on a date with her. I hope he left her alone.
Wow.
Does not do that. I mean, that was, that was my circle though. That's how,
Sure.
I mean, that's how we roll.
Sure.
I mean, to be quite blunt, that's how we roll. Hypergamy is a big thing in my circle. Is what I'm.
That is not hypergamy. That is taking advantage of someone that's good to you. A hypergamous nature, of course, you want to date up, you want to have a man that can provide, but there's levels to this. The way that she speaks of hypergamy is as if you are already in a relationship. This gentleman was trying to vet you to see if he could get in a relationship with you. You want too much too soon. That's what the problem was. You wanted too much too soon, and you don't even know how to be feminine enough to treat a gentleman. This was not a thug dude. This dude was absolutely nice to her. And you can't even treat a nice guy nice? Come on, man.
I mean, it's what we've been taught. Why? I mean, as a black woman, I'm gonna go there. I mean, as a black woman, we're really tired of having to settle. We want to be treated well. Mm-hmm. We want that soft life. So that's what I thought I was going after. However, what I understand is a part of having a soft life is being cooperative.
Being soft.
Not being combative,
You're
right?
Actually being soft.
Right.
Being receptive, being sweet.
Absolutely.
Being pleasant, right? Because we do understand the value of resources, but it can't be just something for a lifestyle. Resources, a man's resources is not just for a woman's experiences and traveling and the lifestyle they'll live when married is for providing for the family and the children. And that's why she should seek a man and, respect his resources or prioritize his resources, not just for what it can do for her. Right. And so when you were in the beginning of it, you was just saying, I'm not doing it. It seemed really selfish. Right. And I appreciated that when I saw the video myself. That's one of the things I covered is, wow, I've never seen a woman that receptive to being accountable. Right. And you were. But.
All right. Only thing I can say about what he's saying is about the accountability that she's taking. She would have never taken accountability if the world didn't come down on her. You understand what I'm saying? She's showing that, and I give her credit for that. She's showing a little bit of humility because there are women who say, I was right all the time. I don't care what y'all say. So I do give her a little bit of, just a very minute, smaller than the eyelash on a gnat's eye, that small of credibility to that. But I really believe that she would not be saying that if the world didn't come down on her ass. So I still hold her accountable for what she did.
Jay, however, didn't want to go out on a date. He wanted to discontinue that date, and he wanted to take it on to the house. Mm-hmm. Jay, is that your first time stopping a date midway through and going on back home, or?
Yeah, something like that's. I'm sorry, at least. Yeah, that's the first time I've really put my foot down to that kind of extent. But it's not like an isolated incident. Okay. I've gone on dates with several people now, even before her, where they had very specific things they were looking for in a boyfriend or whatever. And
Okay, 1 second. What I'm about to say right. I want y'all to think about what he just said. He said that's the first time he ever did that with a woman. So the first time he ever been on a date where he felt the need to check a woman was with an American black woman. This man done dated probably other different nationalities, especially his own, and he has never had such a bad experience to the point of where he said, I'm finna drop this hoe off. Think about that. So stop saying things like, well, I can go to the other. You can if you want to go. I don't have nothing wrong, nothing against interracial relationships whatsoever, but I want you to understand that you're not winning, even if you go over there, until you fix your attitude. I want you to understand that. And also, what I'm about to say is, y'all need to get the likes up. I got 55 in here watching. I don't got nothing. Now, give me about another 10 more likes, 5 to 10 more likes, and we'll continue this show right quick. Until then, it's going to be the lovely circus ball music. Let's play. The likes up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm watching. Got about 60 people in here. Do me a favor, support the show and hit the like button. I greatly appreciate it. So get back to the show. Hit the like button. All right, okay. I see some people hitting now. Let me get back to the music then. Let's go ahead and continue the show. Let's continue the show.
Even within my own circles, right? And that's just not something that I'm looking for, because I was raised like we were talking about how she was raised, whereas with me, like my family, like we've passed down the name for ages, and we're a very close-knit, strong family.
You passed down your first name, Jay? Like your
Yes.
father's and father.
Yeah,
How many
yeah.
generations, probably?
Hey, Mama Gemini, do me a favor and kick, run, craft, workout. Yeah, I'm not one of them regular content creators, homie. If you want to talk shit to me, I can get you in this box and I'll rip your ass apart on live right now if you want to get in here. You get what I'm saying? If you got something you want to say to the big dog, then let me hear you bark. If not, go ahead and kick him out. Kick him out. I don't care. I don't think you'll subscribe to talk like that. If you are, you can get the fuck on anyway. Go ahead and kick him out for me, Mama Gemini. His name is Run Craftwork. He talking shit. Let's go ahead and keep playing the show.
I mean, I couldn't really count it myself.
Wow.
Because I mean, the thing is, like, I'm from India.
Okay.
You know, and the partition happened where like India was separated from Pakistan, and a lot of my family were on both sides of that, and we had to come back together.
Wow.
And we had to. It was very important for us to stay strong after the fact. At the time, maybe we didn't care as much about creating this legacy, but ever since, it's like that's been one of the strongest parts of our family, is the importance in creating our legacy. And with that in mind, like, I've grown up with the idea that I want a strong family here now that I'm living in America. The only kind of relationships I seek are ones where that is the only value. That is the biggest value. That is the most important thing for the other person as well as for me.
Wow. That's actually powerful. So your family going through all that they did, it caused you guys to really idealize relationships, right? And
Specifically, relationships that last.
absolutely. And so here you are.
Man, this is kind of tragic. There are men who, not just men of his community, black people too, white people, Indian people, Asian people, everybody, that really want to build a family. But when you meet women like this, it turns their hearts cold as ice to where they give up on love. They want to do what we call the passport bros and go someplace else because of how we're being treated. Now, there's some comments that I'm reading, and I agree with you. I'm going to be 100% with you. This woman look like a man. This woman look like a transgender almost. I mean, she may or may not be, and I'm not knocking or disrespecting anybody in the LGBTQIA community, but she looked like she every bit of 8 feet tall and weigh about 350 pounds solid muscle. I bet when she make love to a man, she said, I don't wear pantyhose, I wear tube socks, homie, and something like that.
In America, dating, and mostly in our culture, where you stated earlier you were a black woman, of course, we have been through some things, right? In our culture here in the States and throughout the whole diaspora, I like using that word. But a lot of times our culture has been stripped and we haven't yet began to idealize relationships, so we're more so going along with the flow. So here he is in America and he's meeting a woman who is in America and she sees dating the way Americans see dating. And so I can see the clash in that.
Yeah.
He's looking at you as if that's selfish. You're looking at him as if, he's treating you beneath your worth, your actual value. So here's what I want to do, guys. I want to go back a bit. Can y'all tell me how y'all met? I want you to tell me how you guys met.
So I was in Midtown, and I barely even have time to go out with friends and all that, but it was a really close friend's birthday. So I went to get some drinks for the first time in ages, and I saw this beautiful woman who it seemed like every other guy in the bar was either intimidated by or too shy to talk to. And I thought, what the hell, why not? And she was, minding her own business. And I asked her, her name, Alicia, and I thought that's a beautiful name. And even despite how loud it was in the bar, we were still able to talk a little here and there. And I got her number, and she had to go. And so we kept talking after that for a little bit. And then like a week later, I asked her, you want to go out? To this restaurant.
Yeah.
And I told her it would be a surprise. And
he was the one who got the surprise, wasn't he? She was looking at him, smelling that money, and whatever it is, penis got hard when I got me a Indian man. I'm gonna get me some chicken curry or some shit. You know what I mean? That's what she thought. She gonna get some money, some chicken curry or some goat curry and some naan or something like that. But she really thought she gonna be able to run this man over. Cause you see, I ain't gonna say he's soft. I'll just say he's really mild-mannered. A nice guy. He come across as a real nice guy. You know what I mean? If you listen to him talk, his heart seemed like it's in the right place, that he didn't have any intentions of doing her wrong. He didn't have any intentions of just hitting it and then leaving her. He was really genuinely trying to build with this woman. He thought that this woman was beautiful, thought her name was beautiful and stuff like that. And then he wanted to take out. That must have been a horrible experience for him. Probably his first experience with the American black woman. Think about that. That may be his very first and last attempt to date an American black woman just because of this one, ladies. Those of you who are watching my show, you need to start opening your damn mouths against women who talk and act like this, because they are ruining the chances that you have to find good men of any ethnic group.
maybe that might be a problem on my part. It might have raised the expectations a little bit. But I guess the surprise ended up being Cheesecake Factory, where
Right.
the original surprise was.
I want to get to that. You had something else planned for her, right?
Yeah.
Because of how the evening went, the Cheesecake Factory happened, right?
Yeah.
So
Can I just say before
Sure.
I love the Cheesecake Factory, and it's a place that I've gone to for like every birthday. So it wasn't just like a random restaurant. It was also like a place that I've gone with my family throughout my entire life, and I love Cheesecake Factory.
So you didn't. So obviously the because you guys were late, she wasn't ready. You weren't able to take her to the restaurant that you wanted to take her to. You figured I can't go wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yeah.
It's my old birthday restaurant.
It's my lucky.
She'll love it.
And that's the lucky spot too. At the Pearly.
Lucky spot. Okay, we'll come back to that. Well, no, I'm kidding with you.
Okay.
Alicia.
Yeah.
So Jay, you see Jay walking up to you in the bar, say Midtown. He's walking up to you. He's gonna talk with you. There are other guys around you. Did you notice those guys probably want to talk to you? Did you see that? And
I want to say what Supreme Team just said. That's a very great point of view right there, Mr. Supreme Team. He says there is a cultural difference between this man and this woman. He came from a structured family, as you can tell by the way he says that, y'all. And this lady came from a dysfunctional family, as you can tell by the way she said that her family members and friends say they wouldn't let me live it down if they caught me coming out of the Cheesecake Factory. You get what I'm saying? This man, even when he says I wanted to take her to the Cheesecake Factory because it's where I go with my family. Think about that. He wanted to make her a part of the family, even though the family wasn't there, but he wanted her to experience those vibes so that when the family do come together and she's with him on his arm, it'll just be just nature, just be natural. This woman really screwed up. She really messed it up for herself.
I did.
So what made you say, okay, I'm going to give this guy a chance? What was it about him?
Well, he was bold enough to come up and talk to me for
Confidence,
one.
okay.
So yes, I definitely am attracted to confidence.
Mhm.
He just seemed like he had a pure heart. He was, very thoughtful, engaging. I mean, the only he won me over. He did win me over, but I'm a tall woman, and so there wasn't necessarily like that immediate attraction. But as we began to talk, it was really his heart that made me say, I'll give this guy a try.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that where you draw your line? Is that typically you don't date guys who are, guys have to be at least your height or taller before you would date them?
Exactly.
This woman is 8 foot tall. Now I'm about 6'1" myself. I don't look like I'm sitting down. I'm about 6'1", 6.5", depends who actually marries me, actually. And even still, unless she got heels on right now, this woman look like she about 6'3", 6'4". But look, when she sit down, she look like she's 7 feet. You see how now Kevin, the dude that's interviewing him, I seen him on other things. He got a little height to him, but she look like the biggest thing on that couch right now. If you was to sew Kevin and Jay together, she would still be the biggest thing on that couch right now. In height, look at her arms. She could be a boxer. Her legs, she could do Muay Thai kickboxing. I mean, just think about that for a moment now. Let's keep going.
Okay. Okay, I understand that. That probably makes it difficult finding someone suitable for yourself. You are what, 6'1", 6?
I'm almost 6'1", yeah.
Almost 6'1". Wow.
I don't know about that.
So
I think that's bad math because I'm about 6'1". That's no way that if she sat next to me, she looked like twice. Nah, I don't believe that. I think she lying. That woman about 6'3", man.
means, let's see, 14.5% of men are at least 6 feet, right? But that next 2 inches for you to find someone taller than you, that's 3.6% of men in the entire world that are tall enough that are they're at least 6'2". Is that discouraging?
I mean, I only need one.
You need one, but he needs to be that height. He needs to make the resources, right?
Yeah.
He needs to be funny. He needs to be charismatic. He needs to be disciplined. And that doesn't discourage you? Like,
I'm an optimist. But no.
that I like.
Yeah,
I like
but no, I mean,
She a fool. That's what she is. Now get the likes up, ladies and gentlemen. We got 60-something people in here watching. We got 48 likes. Give me about 5 more likes right quick, 5 to 10 likes so we can continue with the show. Until then, there's the Pookie music, the circus music coming on, and I'm going to be putting some of y'all on the screen. Get the likes up. I'm watching. Yeah, mama. Dang, is it that big? Get the likes up, y'all, so I can continue the show. Get me a few more likes up. Support your boy. Give me about 3 more. Let me get into the 60. I got 57 likes, 65 watching. I need 3 more likes. Three more likes before I continue the show. Let's check it right quick. Awesome, awesome. Let's get back to the show. Hold on, let me get back to the show. Let's get back to the show.
Optimist.
Logically speaking, I understand what you're saying. I've heard this many times, but I haven't given up on I hadn't given up on that. But I'm actually open. I really enjoyed our conversation, so I would consider.
Well, sure, and I was going to commend you for that. I didn't see it as a. I know you're saying that they have to be that height, but it seems that you are willing to, make an exception, just like you did for Jay here when he walked up and he had the confidence of a 6'2" man. You were to at least hear what he had to say, and that's a good thing, because it may not be the cookie cutter thing that you plan out. So if we're going to look for a happy relationship, a harmonic one that gives our children and our lineage what they need for years and generations to come, right? We may have to make an exception or two, right?
Yeah. Sometimes it's not what we want; it's what we need.
Let me tell you something. That gentleman needs respect because you did not respect him at all. Okay, you don't ever compromise your respect. I don't care what height, weight you are. As a man, you never compromise your respect. People must respect you. That woman must respect you. Now, I'm not so cold-hearted to not believe that a person can learn a lesson. She could genuinely learn a lesson. I don't know. I just know for me, I would not date her again. I wouldn't date her again unless I know I'm gonna get some cat. And after I get the cat, I will leave her alone. I'm just speaking to you like a man. But I would not date this woman again. You know why I wouldn't? I wouldn't even do it for the cat. You know why I wouldn't do that? I'm gonna be real with you. He allowed this woman to take his balls on social media. He looked weak on social media. He was disrespected on social media. This was seen worldwide. Do you get what I'm saying? Worldwide. His friends seen this, co-workers seen this, people looking at him like, man, you a fool. She does not deserve a second chance from you. Let her live with the pain that she brought on herself, because she done made it harder for herself, because any man who recognizes her and see her is not going to really want to take her seriously unless he's trying to get some coochie and move around. She really hurt herself more than she hurt this man.
And we have to be more open to what we need.
That's absolutely true. I was going to say, when it comes to how we date, I think a lot of it is just the information that we have, right? So what I noticed from yours and Alicia's conversation, Jay, is that you had a different view of altogether of what dating should look like leading up to a relationship, and she had a different view. And now,
like, what I should say is, I mean, at the very end of the day, like, I understand dating in America is different from where my family's from, and in a way, like, it's perfectly fine to have those views and to think of dating differently. I just think, for me, I have a very specific criteria, and it's not a long list of criteria, but it's just certain values that I
Sure. Well, I think a lot like you. That's why the video stood out to me. I believe relationships should be harmonic. They should be for a reason. So I believe in dating with intent, right? Yeah. But many people in our generation today, they see dating as something that's just fun. They don't see it as a way to establish a healthy relationship. And that's what I was going to say. There's almost little to no understanding as to what.
I agree with him 100%. That's one thing I will agree with him on that, because people are dating for fun, for sex, or for a come up. Most people today, especially in American black women, in my most humble opinion, and a lot of you weirdos say, it ain't always just the black women. Did I ever say it was just the black women, you dummy? I never said that. I'm focusing on my community majority of the time that I talk. And of course, the things I say can be applied to every ethnic group. But what I'm saying is majority of women today, they don't come across as women who are trying to have something serious or long term. And when you do find women who say they want something long term, it always has a bunch of rules and regulations that does not benefit the men. They have a bunch of kids. You can't discipline their kids. The kids from other baby daddies. You have to deal with the baby daddy. You got to learn how to co-parent when you are not actually the parent of the child that you're co-parenting, because now you got to raise somebody else's child. There's a lot of things that come along with this. Now, you got to be able to pay my bill. You got to make sure that you do everything I say. You got to jump through hoops. You got to climb mountains. You got to jump out of the damn airplane to prove your love to me. You got to swim through shark-infested waters and go out there and get me a Black and Mild and a box of wine and stuff like that. Everything is so stupid now. And now when you get a man like him, and he's not the only one who think like that. Black men think like this too, ladies. There are black men who want to have relationships with black women. But the reason why we're not getting them successfully a lot of the times is not because of us, because most men, especially in my age group, we are already successful. We have already been progressive, and we are continuously being progressive in our lives. We want someone to settle down with, but we don't want to settle down with someone who don't respect us, love us, cherish us, don't know how to be feminine, because we take all the risk in divorce. You take half our shit. That's why I encourage every man to get prenuptial agreements when you're dealing with today's modern day woman, because these women, they see marriage as a payout, as a way to get more money, as a leg up. I'm just being honest.
Dating should look like when you're trying to establish an intent for a meaningful relationship. And I think that's the biggest problem. It's not so much that people are necessarily selfish or entitled. It's more so that they don't know what they're looking for, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Oftentimes we think we know, but we really don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So when he asked you the question, you expect men to go all out on a date, huh? You said absolutely. If he likes her, he should present that, right?
Yes.
He should lead and be masculine. He should be willing to pay for the meal, show up on time, open doors for her, the whole nine. But when he asked you, what is a woman expected to do? You said, look good, be there. And that's where
in other words, she don't think she have to do jack shit. That's that pretty girl privilege, but that's for pretty girls. This woman is not pretty. In my most humble opinion, she's average, like real kind of almost a little below average. You know what I mean? A lot of women believe that. A lot of women believe I got the vajayjay and whatnot, so you just do what I tell you to do. I don't have to do it. So how can you add value to a man's life when all you do is just sit there?
right?
Disconnect with you.
Absolutely. Because there should be things that a woman should do, right? So if you've thought about that, could you tell me some of what you think now, if he were to ask you that question today?
Sure. If you think about, watching the video, it's like, how do you expect this person to keep giving, and you're not giving anything back? So now we're depleted.
Absolutely.
And so who's going to pour into him?
Wow.
So, I mean, if you truly do want that type of protection provider, there has to be some balance.
Absolutely.
Jay, my man, Jay, don't fall for that. That's game. That woman is spitting game right now. For those who are not initiated, never ran the streets, that's what's going on right now. That woman, like I said, she's apologizing right now because the world came on. If the world didn't get on her ass about that video, she wouldn't be here apologizing. But now that she's here, she's trying to present another side of her. This woman is trying to run game on this dude, and I hope he's not weak-minded, because this maybe I'm just paranoid, but that's what I'm hearing from her. I don't think that's coming from her heart. I think she's doing that so that the world opinion of her will change. You get what I'm saying? People are talking about her, stressing her out. There's some horrible comments that's been written across social media concerning her. I think she's just trying to change her image, as she was talking about, in the eyes of social media. And she's gonna mess that dude up. She's gonna mess him up. And then what she's gonna do when she get with him, she might give him some sex, whatever it is, take his money, but then she's gonna find a way to try to make it look like he's the reason why it didn't work out. I think this is a plot. I think this is a scheme that she's coming up with. But that's just me. I'm just paranoid, I guess.
So.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's very powerful. I actually took the liberty to make a list of things that men and women should look for in each other on a date, right? I'm gonna read them to you. I want you guys to tell me what you think of in the end, okay? Let's start with what you're looking for in a man.
Shit.
Okay, so what a woman looks for in a man is respect and courtesy. Would you say I'm wrong? Confidence, right?
Yeah.
Communication skills,
Absolutely.
knowing what he wants, where he's going with it, right?
Yes.
Initiative, taking the initiative. Chivalry,
Yes.
okay? Resilience,
Yes.
right? So even when you being a little bit, hard to get, he can push past that, right? The resilience.
Okay, let me get to you like this. I don't do hard to get. Either you want to be with my black ass or you don't. I don't do that. And I don't do no more than 3 dates without getting no coochie. That's me. If you don't give up the coochie by the third date, I end all the rest of them. Why? Because life is too short to be spending all my money on a long neck heifer who can't make up her mind if she's gonna give it to me or not. Women know when they want to give it to you when they first start dealing with you. If she wants to give it to you, but she want to drag it out to see how far you'll go, see how much you'll do for her, you dump that scallywag right there and you go get you a woman who's down to get with your program. Do not spend money on women who can't make up their damn mind. And I encourage every man, if she does not give you sex by the third date, you cut her off. Because now she's going to be all in your pockets. Some people say it's hard. I told you I'm also life coaching some people, and it's the same stuff I tell them, and I have saved them from dealing with a whole bunch of BS women because of that. It helps you filter out the women who are not good for you, and it makes you focus on yourself because you got to, when you deal with a woman, you need to know what you want as a gentleman. Just like woman, if you're dealing with a man, you got to know what you want. Now, men, once you know what you want, and she can't give that to you, stop begging. Stop begging. Just go to get you another woman. It's that simple, man.
Generosity.
Yes.
Okay. So here are the behaviors that look good to a man when he's looking for a woman. I'm going to ask you the same questions. You tell me if you like the sound of that. Men are looking for kindness. Right? You want her to be really kind, really sweet, right? Pleasant. So what about active listening?
Yeah.
And you said when she got in the car, she was putting the makeup on and she wasn't really responding to you or responsive to you.
Yeah.
And you took from that she didn't like you much.
Yeah.
Right.
She don't.
Encouragement. And,
Yes,
and you said that, being able to pour back into him, right? Positivity, right? So not being negative, having a smile on your face, right? Respect for independence.
Yeah.
Okay. Adaptability. Okay. There was this time where you wanted her to hold your arm, right? And walk you to so you could walk her to the car, and she didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
You expressed to her that you didn't like that. And that made you feel like, of course, when her not being on your arm, how can you truly protect her, right? But also her not doing that says she ain't really feeling me like that.
Yeah.
I want to say this. Women always say they want a man that's gonna communicate. I'm gonna put this up here. Thank you for the $10 spot, Mr. Supreme 10. I greatly appreciate that. Now let me tell y'all something. Women always say men do not communicate. Talk. Why don't you talk? I want you to talk to me. That BS, right? Let me tell you something. You long neck, musty back heifer. Men have been talking to you for years. It's not a communication issue. It's a comprehension issue. Men say things very simplistic to you women, and you act like you don't understand what the hell we mean when we say what we say. If a man tell you something and he say, this is what I like, how is it that, all right, if I tell you, man, I love smoking cigars with scotch. A woman today would take that and say, did he say he want to cut the yard in the middle of spring at midnight on Monday? How they get something else from what we say. So it's not about communication, ladies. It's about, can you comprehend what we are talking about, and are you willing to do something and act upon what it is that we're talking about? It's not that hard, man. It really ain't that hard. It ain't. Let's keep it going. Oh, before I go any further, let me put this on the screen. I just saw something. Thank you, Mr. Irish, for the $3 spot. I greatly appreciate that as well, y'all. Let's go ahead and get back into the story.
Don't really like me like that.
And, you know, I get, you know, it was a first date. Maybe she's not at that stage yet. But
I get that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Question. Let's just say you're out with him, right? You're on a date with a guy, and some guy comes up, takes your purse. Do you want your date to have your back?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Nope. You're going to go chase that man down yourself. You don't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory and stuff with me. You don't want to open the door when I try to get you out the car. You better go. I hope you know martial arts. I hope you took Kung Fu so you can whoop that dude ass that took your purse, because I'm not getting involved with that. If you're going to disrespect me the whole time, act like you have no interest in me whatsoever, you think I'm finna go burn the soles of my Nikes and go chase down some dude for you? You out your mind.
To protect me.
and even if he's not ready for that yet, right? Because he shouldn't even ask you on a date if he's not going to protect you if something were to happen to you. This is why you should take his arm. You see, so it may feel like I'm giving this guy too much of me, but it's more like I'm being cooperative to the roles that we're playing. He's going to protect me if something happens right now, and so I'm going to stand close to him. This lets the people on the outside looking in know that I'm with this man. He is taking care of me. We're out together, right?
It's like, it kind of shows that you trust.
Absolutely.
I think I felt like
Trust is a big.
What
It's
women
a-
get out of a date is a free bodyguard. Because if anything goes wrong with her, he has to really put his life on the line for her. So if a man
That's some cold marshmallow flavored bullshit he just said right there. I don't have to do none of that if you ain't my woman. See, where Mr. Wesley, what his hell name is wrong at. We seen this before. I did videos where men who are with their wives and children see another man jump on a different woman, two complete strangers. He tries to go save that woman and he get deleted by the man that's whooping her ass. He pull out the iron and pop and lose it. No, our protection, real protection, goes for our loved ones. Now, we can protect you to an extent. I'm not trying to contradict myself. Listen to what I'm saying here. There's different levels to this. You get minor protection from us if you submit to our authority, meaning this right here. If we're on a date and you are being feminine towards us, you are going out your way to be a lady to us, being pleasant to us as we are providing the meal, buying stuff like that, then you become our responsibility. Okay? That's a small form of submission that you're showing to us. Even though we're not in a relationship, you following our program. So therefore, you are underneath our authority, which means we'll see you as our responsibility. Then we may protect you. But if you are rejecting us, being rude, disrespectful, complaining, don't want to go where we want to go, then you showing us that you're not underneath our authority. You're not being submissive at all. You're being rebellious to us. You're being disrespectful to us. So if somebody come behind you and hit your ass with an umbrella, I'm just gonna move out the way. I'm just being honest with you. Why would I risk my life and my physical safety for a woman who has proven to me that she's not interested in me? So this is where he's wrong at.
asks you out on a date, you shouldn't say, I'm not ready to hold your hand. I know that seems like a move forward in a relationship, so to speak, but it's actually just part of a date. Your goal is to give him an example of what it would look like if you were his partner, and his goal is to do the same. So to a man, you not doing those things makes it appear that you're not that interested.
Definitely not ready to be a partner, I guess.
It also kills his ability to be completely masculine for you on that date, because if he won't take his arm, then, you know.
I feel like when you just said like trust is a big word, it is a big word, but maybe the way I saw it is when you wanted to go out with me at all, that was you trusting me.
Right.
And it did kind of hurt a little bit. I mean, again, I can respect boundaries, but it did still at the same time hurt my feelings if you didn't trust me.
And of course, as men, we're going to try to be receptive to that and understand where you're coming from. But it does kind of limit his ability to do his full, to be his full masculine self in that capacity, right?
Yeah.
The last thing I had here was intellectual stimulation, right? So we like when a woman can respond back and be attentive, right?
Yeah.
Have a good conversation, right? We look for that in women. And I definitely think she appeared to have that. You guys started off on it was a little difficult conversation, but it seems like she understood you. She was receptive to what you were saying. Is that typical for you?
Well, typically a lot of the girls that I met, as I said, like they're literally only trying to date to date or to like have, I don't know, I'm allowed to use the word fuck buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. We're in hook.
He had to say it so small, like they want a fuck buddy.
Hookup culture.
We're in a hookup culture, exactly. And so like they're just looking for that. And so it's like sometimes it's not necessarily about the values or anything like that. Maybe it's like more small talk, maybe, and maybe sometimes it feels like it's something that'll take more time to get her to open up or something like that. Where at the end of the day, they don't want a second date because we haven't gotten to know each other. And that to me sounds so irritating because you didn't want to get to know, we didn't get to know each other because they wouldn't want to talk.
Absolutely.
So it's like,
I completely understand. So as a man,
I like to say, with Mr. Derek at Cap Social Network, when you get a chance, y'all go to his channel. He's doing big things. He really trying to do some good stuff. Check him out, you get time. He said on the comment that who is Mr. Wesley? That's the interview if you don't know his name. Who is this guy to give someone else dating advice when he ended up paying for his daughter's wedding? With that being said, his stepdaughter, for crying out loud. If y'all don't know this guy, the interviewer went viral for supposedly spending and paying money for a stepdaughter, basically, who didn't really want him there. Invited the real daddy and didn't want him there at all. You got to go check that out sometime. But yeah, that's what he's talking about. That's a good point you made there, brother.
Man dating with intent, you're ending up in these situations where a lot of times you're in hookup culture. And so you're not getting a second date out of it. Meanwhile, here you are, you have spent your money, you spent time with this person who you're never gonna likely see again.
Yeah.
Right? Women oftentimes are looking at dates as what they can get out of them, right? And experience, right? Take me to a nice restaurant. I want the ambiance. I want the treatment, right? And with no intent of doing anything special for the guy after the date. So it's almost like it's almost like she's getting over on him, right? Like she's using him for meals. And that's what men say. I'm not gonna keep taking these women out if they don't like me. Don't go out if you don't like me, because then it wouldn't end up where he's on the outside looking into the thing. And what do women say?
That's what it is, ladies. That's exactly what it is. Men are tired of taking you out because we already know that you may not even like us. Women are going on foodie calls, not booty calls, but foodie calls, where they're just dating men for a meal because they're through broke and don't know how to cook them damn selves and want you to take them out someplace to eat. All right? Men are tired of being used. I'm so sick of y'all saying that men just want us for one thing. They want to use our bodies. We just a piece of meat. Let's talk about what you do. You use us for every single red cent that we have.
Oftentimes when he's upset, I took you to this restaurant, I did that, and now you don't want to get close to me, you're not ready. And she's like, well, you wanted to do it. She will let him spend, Thanks. Knowing she's not interested in this man. Now, do you feel that that's wrong?
No, I don't like users. So, I mean,
she was about to say no. Did you hear that? I don't like users. That's what you was.
I do think I think that we are all adults and there's enough of every type out here to where that's not even necessary. Like,
if there's enough for a mountain, how come you don't have a damn man? There ain't a whole lot of good people out there that want to take care of you and want to build a legacy. Same thing with the women. If it was so much in abundance, why don't you have a man? Why don't your friends have a man? The ones that were telling you don't get caught dead in Cheesecake Factory. How come they ain't got no good, steady relationship?
Like, there are men that really will just spend money on you.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a certain type. There's things that go with that, but there are, men that'll just spend money on you and are okay with that. But
what do you take from that type of man, if you don't mind me asking? We call that a simp. And we call that a simp when a man is willing to buy you anything, take you anywhere, and you haven't actually earned that from him with your affection or just being there for him in general. How do you see that?
If women are being really honest, I don't think most women actually respect a man that is like that.
That's the only truth that this bimbo said all day. Oh my God. That's true. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, this woman just told you that women tend not to respect a man who is good to them, buy them things, shower them with affection. She's telling you this. It's coming right out this heifer mouth. And that is true. This is why I'm saying to y'all, the provision that you want, that stuff should be in real relationship. A man should not be paying for no woman toenails, fingernails, hair weave, wig, installation, phone bills, light bill, water bill, just because she's giving him some of that nasty ass twat waffle. You do that for someone that matters. Women like that don't matter. They don't. Now, there's in the old school pimping type of game, you pay a woman that type of stuff, not because you really want her to be with you, but you're really giving her money to leave you the hell alone when you're through with her. I don't know if that's an old school country thing that we talked about when I was growing up. They give these women money, to let them know that where they can get the money, but to leave them alone when they through with it. But whenever they want to get the coochie again, they know they're going to come back because they're going to be expecting money from them. That's just the game.
And I think there's two different types. There's the ones that will spend money on and they're objectifying the woman and she's just like a toy for them.
Right.
And then there's the ones that really are
trying to buy his way in, just trying his best to earn any type of affection from her.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of those, there's a lot of those women who allow that to happen, right? So that's why I take what Jay doing here as being something that is great for men everywhere, okay? He knew his worth. You are a beautiful woman, but he said, you know what? I'm just gonna take her home. I don't have to do this. Yeah. Even to the point when you said, I will go eat with you at Cheesecake Factory. He saw it as, I would have set aside the date, right? Us being late to that reservation, you're not holding my hand, you're not talking to me in the car, but it seems that you pulling out that camera really, really got to him. Do you mind telling me what you probably took by that? You're just on a date and all of a sudden now she's recording you?
A lot of times, yeah, if I'm the one asking a girl out, that's me already offering to pay for the meal, right? That's me already being okay with that, right? But her recording me did feel like that's where I felt like she was trying to take advantage. She was trying to
She was disrespectful. She was trying to get a stronger social media presence. She was trying to make this man look bad. That's what that was. She was rude. She was very rude. All right, get the likes up a few more. We got 83 in here. We got 79 likes. Give me about another 3 more likes right quick. I won't even play the circus music this time. I'll give you the opportunity to go ahead and give me 3 more likes to get up past the 80. I appreciate that. I'll put some of y'all on the screen before I continue this. And Cap, you got your new subscriber, man. Congratulations. Let me put some of y'all on the screen. 1 hour late, only to look mediocre at best. That's right, Mr. Ryan James. She look like an Amazon. You're more kinder than I am, sir, because I was going to say she look like a musty water buffalo, to be honest with you, but somebody got to be nice to these women. Let's see. He said he need to respect himself and find someone. That's right, man. That's all that I've been saying this whole show today, ladies and gentlemen. Respect them. I thought women want a 6-foot type of man. She seen that money, sir. That's what it was. I agree with you, Jane. All right, we got it up. All right, let me go ahead and get back to the story.
and maybe you had a different view on it, but it felt like at the time that you were just trying to get food, like a free meal from a fancy restaurant, and then you get content from me too to post on YouTube.
That's exactly what I've been saying this whole time. That's what she was doing. She's trying to get something for nothing, and she was trying to embarrass this man to get more views, more retweets, more posts, more comments, more shares. That's the only reason why a woman would do something like that, to hold a whole personal conversation on live to upload it. This woman seriously thought that she gonna get away with that. She thought that the world was gonna be on her side. She did not have a clue that this was gonna boomerang and bite her in her ass, and people were gonna contact her on a job, as she said in one of them clips, telling how bad she was. People writing about her. Her friends know about her. Her enemies know about how wicked she was to this man. She did not see that coming. And that's the only reason why she on this show, because she's trying to save face. Oh, Lord. Let me tell you something. I really wish Jay and this lady would have came over here to Houston, Texas, and let me interview, because this would have went a whole totally different way. I'm letting you know, I would have been fair, but I would have ripped into her ass. And I would have got on him too, because we got to toughen him up a little bit. I know he come from a different culture, but if you're going to deal with other women, especially American women, you should already know that you're going to have a little bit more thicker skin than what you got right now, gentlemen.
Facebook.
Mm-hmm. And you get your reputation ran through the mud. So it's all be done at your expense, right? Mm-hmm. Now, that wasn't your take. You have many groups where you encourage women on dating. Y'all talk about dating. Right. And this was something that you said, look, y'all see a lot of dates go wrong. Right. So based on your mindset, you really felt like he was taking you somewhere beneath your value. Yeah. And you were saying, I'm going to show the world how you're treating me, right? Can you tell us a bit about that, so he knows that, it wasn't to embarrass you, it wasn't to, get content, any of that. It was, I felt wronged in that scenario. You mind?
No, I did. I felt like you didn't see my value. And
Yo, what is this value she keep talking about? this being vague, she ain't said nothing other than look at me, I'm pretty. She haven't said that she will comfort. She ain't even said what her job is. She ain't said she got 2 or 3 baby daddies. She ain't said that she can cook. So what is this mysterious value that you keep talking about? Most women say that as a placeholder of I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Basically, why did he make you mad? He didn't see my value. Then you ask her what the value is, and she'll say stupid shit like, I can brush my teeth. Hey, Cap, you got some more people, man. Much love from the Jeremy Hill Show. We're connecting people with people, man.
You know, in that moment, I felt like I needed the support of my viewers in that moment. But and not only that, like he said, you know, I discuss relationships and things like that. So I thought that was a good opportunity for me to kind of have that conversation and see, like, what does everybody else think? I wasn't really taking your feelings into consideration. I wasn't trying to be necessarily malicious or anything like that.
Yeah, you was.
I understand.
Good. I'm gonna say this, guys, to end this video, okay? In a world with hookup culture, not having much understanding on relationships based on how we're raised, and then you got social media with the instant gratification and making it so easily to meet people and replace people. Dating it's like a thing that's lost to us. I want to ask these two beautiful people here a question. They had one date that went bad. They have not went on a date since that day, right? Now, would you guys be open to another date, knowing what you know now?
I think if we were able to find a way to get our values more in the center, I could see us trying again.
Dumbass. Dumb ass. I mean dumb. Dumb. Dude, it is never supposed to be difficult, man. So now you got to go home, do some homework with your girl over here and say, hey, did you know I like this? I like for you to respect me. And he said, oh, really? I didn't know that. So you finna teach a woman how to treat you right, brother? I was rooting for you till you said that dumb shit. Come on, man. Get you another woman. Move on. This is not worth it. You should not have to. You couldn't even do a first date. So now you're going to take time to teach a woman how she needs to be feminine to you and agree with your plans. You finna stress yourself all the way out. You finna see stuff you never seen come from the American BW now. You are really finna catch hell now, man. You need to move. Damn.
I mean, yeah, I would be willing to go out on a date again.
Wow, that's all.
Oh, she was gonna go on a date because she ain't finna miss out on some damn chicken curry. She is gonna go on a date and she finna mess your head up. Ooh, you gonna come back thinking that you the interviewer next time, boy.
Awesome. That's awesome. Listen, we want to keep up with this first date. Actually, we're going to take care of this first date. It's going to be on us. So we're going to send you somewhere just like they used to do on all those other talk shows. We're going to take care of it. And then we'll reach back to you guys in a couple of weeks and find out how that's going. How does that sound?
I'd love
to see what you guys are up to.
As long as it's not the cheesecake now.
Oh,
that shit ain't funny.
She's
with
funny,
your big
man.
ass.
Yeah.
Guys, this was an amazing episode of The True Fact.
That wasn't nothing amazing about that. That woman done ate 4 or 5 hot links. What she got there? You see when she started rocking back and forth like this? As long as another, you see all them folds and them bubbles down that man. Yeah, that's a big ass girl. She tall and big. Think about it. You won't at least have one or the other. She tall and big. She can't fit in no standard size bathtub. You ever thought about that? You think about your bathtub and you got a woman that's about 6'3". Do you think she gonna be able to mush her ass into that bathtub and she gonna talk to him? Nah, he messed up on that. He should not have said that at all. I want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight. I got something to tell you before you go. This Sunday, I have another live stream. It's gonna be about 2 gangbangers that's gonna share their points of view about how they changed their lives from the streets, from selling drugs, from gangbanging, into positive, productive black men. And I think you're going to want to see it this Sunday. Now, also, I've been in conversation with a gentleman named Stacy Prince. He will be scheduled to come on my show on the 28th. Check out his content. He's a good guy. I say he's a man with the $1 million voice because when you hear him talk, he sounds just like Barry White. practice on. He don't sound like that, but like he got that deep, deep ass voice. I call it a millionaire voice. You know what I mean? So he'll be on here. He's very educated, very shirt and tie type of guy, and we'll be covering something very interesting that day on the subject. I'll let you know about the subject later. Anyone else who want to join that on the 28th, even on the gang banging day on the 20th, this upcoming Sunday, feel free to call in as well. Okay, y'all have a good one. Thank y'all for y'all support. I greatly appreciate everything y'all doing. Let me know what you think about this. Share, like, and comment. Let everybody know about this. Until next time, y'all take it easy. All right.